someone has found a quote from Donald Trump where he says he backs H-1B visas. Now, that would be contradictory to what he has said in the past.
Not just billionaires.
You know, everything's a little bit weird when Bernie Sanders, MAGA, and Fox News are on the same side. It's like taking a road trip with California and New York in the back seat.
Advancements in technology, automation, and artificial intelligence must benefit workers, not just billionaires on Wall Street or in Silicon Valley.
Elon Musk is a total and complete phony.
But that's where we are. Fox and MAGA agree with Bernie Sanders' basic premise. Trump and Musk don't give a shit about you.
And what we need to have a conversation about is what is it going to mean for the future of our country, our national security, and the incoming Trump administration if we have a bunch of technocrats who are also essentially welfare queens because their companies are receiving government subsidies and they want to take over our defense industry. If you have a bunch of tech bros with billions of dollars and direct unfettered access to the vice president and the president of the United States, and then they are also, very cordial with our adversaries, as in China and Iran. We see that Elon Musk is having these meetings off the books with Iranian officials, with Chinese officials. What does that mean for us?
If there's truly a major shortage of skilled tech workers in this country, why did Tesla lay off over 7,500 American workers last year, including many software developers and engineers at its factory in Austin, Texas, while applying to hire thousands of H-1B guest workers? Of course, the answer is easy. Elon Musk, here in this country illegally, is worth hundreds of billions of dollars. Elon! And like Trump, he's a sociopath, unable to process the pain and suffering that Americans living near or below the poverty line are experiencing. And while it's true that the three richest men in America own more wealth than the bottom half of our society, while so many of our people struggle to afford the high cost of rent, groceries, and the other basic necessities of life, Elon Musk has integrated himself firmly in Trump's world, so tight that at times it seems like he's the president.
President Trump has ceded the presidency to Elon Musk. No, that's not happening. But Elon's done an amazing job. Isn't it nice to have smart people that we can rely on? No, he's not going to be president, that I can tell you. And I'm safe. You know why? He can't be. He wasn't born in this country.
But Bernie Sanders' op-ed on Fox News business page may be a turning point, albeit a small one, for many MAGA and conservative voices. Bernie's the perfect foil for someone like Musk, a miserable human being who, among other obscenities, taunted Nancy Pelosi after her husband was attacked by spreading rumors it was a gay lover who beat him up and not the truth, which was yet another Trump-inspired act of violence by MAGA rednecks.
Like to punch him in the face.
Sanders has proven time and time again the old 1950s promise of a job, a home, and a family have become nearly impossible for Americans to achieve. But the kicker here is even rednecks need jobs. And as 2025 kicks in, MAGA is beginning to see that even if Trump can reduce the cost of groceries, which he can't.
It's a very simple word, groceries. Like almost, who uses the word? I started using the word.
We will end inflation and make America affordable again. We're going to get the prices down. We have to get them down. It's too much. Groceries, cars, everything. We're going to get the prices down.
Tomorrow I will end inflation. We will cut your taxes, end inflation, slash your prices.
I will end inflation, slash your prices. To rapidly reduce inflation, I will end inflation very quickly. End inflation. Slash your prices. We will cut your taxes.
We had the greatest economy in the history of our country.
Everybody's laughing at America.
None of that will matter if they don't have a job. And what kind of jobs is Trump offering MAGA?
We are going to start the largest mass deportation in the history of our country because we have no choice.
It's hidden right here in this message. Undocumented workers will be deported, and that will make your life better. But is that true? Will this guy who voted for Trump work 12 hours a day for $48 in a field? That's what many of the 12 million undocumented workers earn. And they also kick in $100 billion in taxes. Deport them, and who will work the fields or the Mississippi poultry farms, plucking dead chickens for $50 a day? This kid, this guy?
Musk posted this online saying, think of this like a pro sports team. If you want your team to win the championship, you need to recruit top talent wherever they may be. He later added, I'm referring to bringing in, via legal immigration, the top 0.1% of engineering talent as being essential for America to keep winning.
And of course, there's the tariffs.
Tariffs. To me, I think it's the most beautiful word in the dictionary. More beautiful than love.
Combined with the loss of undocumented workers, will make everything astronomically more expensive.
What does happen when you put tariffs on goods and you stop immigration and force migrants to leave in terms of wages?
Unless you're Hamilton, I'm kind of against it.
Isn't that going to be inflationary?
Of course.
Is it a one-time, though, and then you
smooth
sort of
haul?
even out?
I don't know. I mean, when you see tariffs like that, obviously you think about 1929.
Musk and Trump are insulting Americans, and especially MAGA, by saying Americans can't do these jobs they were doing until Musk fired them. And they're not even trying to hide what they're doing.
The reason I'm in America, along with so many critical people who built SpaceX, Tesla, and hundreds of other companies that made America strong, is because of H-1B. Take a step back and yourself in the face.
Hiring foreign workers for less. And of course, Ramaswamy's comments about how we raise our children. Can I speak for all of us when I say go f*** yourself, you soulless donkey?
He published a lengthy post in recent days about American workers. In this post, Ramaswamy explained why he feels tech companies choose to hire foreign workers over Americans. He boiled it all down to, quote, culture. He wrote in part this: our American culture has venerated mediocrity over excellence for way too long. That doesn't start in college, it starts young. A culture that celebrates the prom queen over the math or Olympiad champ, or the jock over the valedictorian, will not produce the best engineers. He continued, Trump's election hopefully marks the beginning of a new golden era in America, but only if our culture fully wakes up. A culture that once again prioritizes achievement over normalcy, excellence over mediocrity, nerdiness over conformity, and hard work over laziness.
The Bernie Sanders editorial goes on to say, 30 years ago, the leaders of corporate America, the political establishment in both major parties, and the editorial boards of influential newspapers told us not to worry about the loss of blue-collar manufacturing jobs that would come as a result of unfettered trade agreements like NAFTA. They promised these lost jobs would be more than offset by the many good-paying white-collar information technology jobs that could be created in the United States. But that didn't happen. And along with the loss of these jobs is the loss of what should be a natural right in the greatest country in the world, but it's not.
We are the wealthiest nation on earth. There is no rational reason, as the wealthiest nation on earth, as to why we should not be the healthiest nation on earth. We should be leading the world in terms of life expectancy, disease prevention, low infant and maternal mortality, quality of life, and in fact, human happiness. That's what happens when you're the wealthiest country on earth. You could do those things. Sadly, however, study after study shows us that despite spending almost twice as much per capita on healthcare, we trail most other wealthy nations in all of those areas. The United States cannot continue to be the only wealthy nation that does not provide universal health care.
And here's why MAGA should love this message. Millions of Americans would like to start their own business and could be successful were it not for the astronomical cost of health care. And so they can't leave their jobs. They can't hire people because the costs are prohibitive. And of course, people without health insurance can't work and contribute. Self-employed people, people with new ideas, they are the core of what makes us great. You really want to make America great again? Then fucking do it. Make it possible for that dream for everyone. From crazy liberal assholes like me to MAGA knuckleheads like you. No, not you, the guy behind you.
I want to grab pussy.
Trump's reversal and betrayal on the H-1B visa is consistent with everything else he says and does.
Nobody knows the system better than me. I know the H-1B. I know the H-2B. Nobody knows it better than me. I know the H-1B very well, and it's something that I frankly use, and I shouldn't be allowed to use. We shouldn't have it. Very, very bad for workers.
As we speak, we're finalizing H-1B regulations so that no American worker is replaced ever again. H-1Bs should be used for top, highly paid talent to create American jobs, not as inexpensive labor program to destroy American jobs.
Why did you change your mind on H-1B visas, sir?
I didn't change my mind. I've always felt we have to have the most competent people in our country. We need competent people. We need smart people coming into our country. And we need a lot of people coming in. We're going to have jobs like we've never had before.
Did you know this? Today, we have more billionaires than the state of Kansas has libraries, than Arkansas has hospitals, than Florida has PhDs. Shocker. By the way, did you know we have more billionaires than the state of Kansas has libraries, than Arkansas has hospitals, than Florida has PhDs? Shocker. Back in the day, miners would bring a canary down into the mine, and if the canary died, they knew the air was unsafe for them. Today, that metaphorical canary is on life support, and Trump, he's holding the plug. And if that pisses off MAGA, Fox, and Bernie Sanders, shouldn't it piss you off? Shouldn't that be a sign that America needs a new mind?
Goddamn right. Use my words against me and you'd be absolutely right.
That is crazy. They're eating the dog.
You're an idiot.
I think he's crazy.
I'm Chip Franklin.